going to college? Well, that's an issue at the forefront today as industries facing labor shortages say not enough students are being introduced to the options in high school.
Well, 13 Action News reporter Brian Callahan now has a look at how the district is working with business leaders. They are building a pipeline to get students right into the workforce.
It's estimated only about a quarter of Nevada high school graduates go to college. The district wants to raise that number significantly, but the superintendent says he knows college isn't for everyone, and he wants to give those students a path to a solid career as well.
I didn't know that I wanted to be a sheet metal worker until the first day I stepped on the job.
Jeff Profit now struggles to get enough young people into the Sheet Metal Workers Local 88 Training Center.
This is something that we've been working on for decades, to get talent that comes out of our schools.
That was the goal of the Apprenticeship Summit at Desert Rose High School, where Profit and other leaders in trade industries were tackling barriers to getting high school students involved in those programs. Some of those challenges, like safety regulations for people under 18, are harder to tackle. But those leading the charge say high-paying jobs are out there for students not looking to go to college.
You can be a biodiesel mechanic and earn 6 figures. And so there's plenty of examples of that occupations that are in demand and that we can't fill today.
An estimated 73% of Nevada high school graduates don't go to college. Superintendent Jesus Jara says the goal is to make sure all students are given a look at the path that leads to college, as well as the pipeline that could put them right to work after getting their diploma.
When my kids leave our high schools, the opportunities need to be open for all, whether it's college or career.
With many finishing apprenticeships and walking into $40 an hour jobs, proponents of career and technical education say it's all about building a solid pipeline. And they say that work needs to start before high school.
Good news is if we talk to an elementary school kid today when he is 10, that means that 8 years from now he could be entering that workforce with out of a really fully developed and helpful pipeline.
For Profit, he hopes it leads to more students walking into the welding booth or learning air conditioning technician skills in the coming years.
We can meet all the industry needs here in Southern Nevada by Southern Nevada kids.
Brian Callahan, 13 Action News, raising the bar.
And now to those record low temperatures paralyzing much of the Midwest. These are temperatures that we just haven't seen in a generation. Think about that for a second here. Wind chills of more than 60 degrees below in Minnesota, negative 40s in Chicago. The weather bringing more dangers to residents. Multi-car pileups happening in Wisconsin and Michigan. Fires happening in Indiana and power lines down in Illinois.
We heard an explosion, lit up the whole house orange, and when we looked out, we seen the power line down across Central, and it was kind of sparking.
Well, meanwhile, schools, airports, and businesses all slowed by sub-zero temperatures. McCarran right now still seeing some cancellations and delays in their departure flights. And Dan, the thing about this storm is it's not letting up anytime soon.
No, they're going to deal with this for at least 24 more hours.
Incredible.
It looks like. So absolutely brutal winter-like weather affecting areas in the Midwest. Our temperature's not like that. All right, let's just get to those numbers. Current temperatures across the Midwest, pretty cold. We're still talking below zero, and we're talking 16 below in Chicago right now, 18 below Minneapolis. Still, look at International Falls, 33 degrees below zero. You factor in the wind, it feels colder, but we don't have numbers like yesterday. Yesterday, wind chills were in the 50s below at this time. Well, still, doesn't make much of a difference. 36 degrees below right now is what it feels like in Chicago. A little bit closer to home. We don't have anything like that. Our weather has been pretty nice. 60s outside right now, couple 50s. We got rain we're going to be talking about and mountain snow. That's all coming up in your 13 First Alert forecast.
All right, Dan, thank you. Well, new developments in the alleged attack of Empire actor Jussie Smollett. Smollett, who is openly gay, told Chicago police he was walking outside when someone allegedly shouted racial and homophobic slurs at him. Then he says 2 men attacked him, pouring a chemical substance on him, possibly bleach, and wrapped a rope around his neck. Now, Smollett told officers the 2 men yelled MAGA country during the attack. Investigators say they are looking at this as a hate crime, and they are also looking at a letter that was sent to the actor at the Fox studios last week containing threatening language and laced with a powdery substance, which police say was likely Tylenol. Well, a new report card from the American Lung Association is out, and Nevada is not doing so well.
And 13 Action News reporter Tom George now is breaking it all down for you.
When you think about it, that study, not exactly a surprise. You know, you step into pretty much any bar in Vegas, you can smoke in there. You step onto the casino floor, a lot of secondhand smoke there as well. But the American Lung Association says there's some other factors that also played into that score. We got an F for having limited funding for prevention and quitting programs, an F for keeping our age lower at 18 and not raising it to 21 like some other states have done. And we also got an F for having low taxes on cigarettes. The only thing we got a C on was smoke-free air. That's because you can't smoke in restaurants, you can't smoke at work, at stores, or anywhere in public. But they say that's not good enough because you can still light up in bars and casinos.
We do thankfully have clean indoor air policy, which is better than none. But there are so many places that are exempt that we're all still affected by secondhand smoke when we go out publicly.
Now, because of that, they want to see more restrictions, but some bars say not so fast. They say that would hurt their bottom line, and they say it would make Vegas not feel like Vegas anymore.
A lot of people only smoke when they drink. A lot of people only smoke when they gamble, and without any of that, it takes down revenue and it takes down, tips and business for the bars and all that kind of stuff.
Now, so far, it's not clear if any changes are actually coming this session in Carson City, but if the American Lung Association has their wish list, they want to see the cigarette tax raised by $1. They also want to see the legal age for buying tobacco raised from 18 to 21. Tom George, 13 Action News, elevating Las Vegas.
Well, the retail giant has a new partner in business. Why Kohl's is joining forces with a company formerly known as Weight Watchers and the new services they're providing.
And another recall alert to tell you about on a food that a lot of us feed our kids. So what may be contaminating 36,000 pounds of Tyson chicken nuggets? In tonight's Financial Focus, the Dow is up 435 points. The NASDAQ is up 156 points. S&P 500 up 41. And in local gaming, Boyd up 2%. Caesars up 4%. MGM up 2%. Las Vegas Sands up 5%. Wynn up 3%. And Red Rock Resorts is up 1%. Well, retail giant Kohl's right now is joining forces with a company formerly known as Weight Watchers. The two companies announced that a WW studio will open up at a Kohl's store in Chicago later on this year. Now, the studio will host wellness workshops for members as well as opportunities to sign up for WW. Well, Kohl's will also be selling WW branded merchandise online and at some of its stores, while Kohl's workers will get access to WW programs.
Well, it is time to look into your freezer tonight. We have another recall to tell you about. Tyson Foods is recalling about 36,000 pounds of chicken nuggets because they may have been contaminated with rubber. The recall affects their fully cooked panko nuggets sold in 5-pound bags with a best of use by date of November 26, 2019. There have been no reports of injuries. Well, arsenic, cadmium, and lead, all reportedly in fruit juice many families give their kids. A Consumer Reports investigation found concerning levels of heavy metals in 24 juice brands, including Capri Sun, Great Value, Gerber, Juicy Juice, and Minute Maid. Drinking juices with heavy metals could be bad for your health over time. And Consumer Reports says the companies can reduce levels by being picky about raw fruit processing and packaging. Well, new details on the iPhone FaceTime bug. A teenager is claiming that he discovered it a week ago and even tried to warn Apple. How he was able to find it.
And if you want your upgrade to your TV ahead of the big game, heads up here, the best sales that are underway right now. Well, right now, if you want a bigger TV or perhaps your TV is just getting old, we have some pretty good news. Turns out that this week right now is one of the best weeks of the entire year to buy a new TV.
That's right. And tonight we show you the Super Bowl TV sales underway right now so you don't waste your money.
David Rogers was looking for a super TV deal for the Super Bowl at Best Buy.
The $3,000 or $4,000 ones have such views, it's just amazing.
Whether your budget is $4,000 or $400, you'll find great deals right now, including top-of-the-line Zero LED and QLED sets.
So right here, we're looking at the Q series of Samsungs.
Best Buy's Tim Richardson says it's like Black Friday without the crowds.
Those folks that really hang out for the Black Friday season, really anytime's a great time to get a TV, especially now for the big game.
You know how they say age 40 is a new 30? Well, when it comes to TVs, 75-inch is the new 65-inch, with many 75-inch sets now coming down to much more affordable prices. Tim says the big three brands, Samsung, Sony, and LG, all have 75-inch sets for under $1,500 for the first time.
Yes, sir. This is the 75-inch.
Still too much? Best Buy has a 60-inch LG for $649. And if you're truly on a budget, a 65-inch TCL for a Black Friday-like $499. Other stores have great sales as well. Target's taking $300 off many LG TVs. Walmart has a 65-inch Vizio for $698, among many other deals. But if you want the best Super Bowl party on your street, Tim says consider the newest size.
Someone that wants to be the talk of the neighborhood, the 85-inch Sony.
Well, as for the future, TVs may not get that much bigger, at least for carrying home. The problem is that 75-inch TVs are about as big as you can get and still fit in the back of an SUV.
Yeah, and that's crazy. Think about an 85-inch television. My goodness. All right, now speaking of the Super Bowl here, Maroon 5 right now preparing for their halftime show, but the band, along with Travis Scott and Big Boy, well, they have received some criticism for agreeing to perform. People, they're upset over the NFL's stance on former quarterback Colin Kaepernick's decision to kneel during the national anthem. While other artists, including Rihanna and Cardi B, reportedly turned down the gig in support of Kaepernick.
And for a full list of all the game day parties and deals right here in Las Vegas, all you have to do is head on over to our website at ktnv.com. Well, New York's Attorney General announces an investigation into the iPhone FaceTime bug. The glitch allowed you to hear the person you were FaceTiming before they actually picked up.
Well, this after a 14-year-old is claiming that he discovered that glitch more than a week ago and tried to warn Apple. And Laura Spencer now tells you how he was able to find the bug.
As Apple plans to put out a patch to address that security flaw in its FaceTime app, Arizona teenager Grant Thompson says he discovered it over a week ago when he was attempting to group FaceTime his friends to remind them about their Fortnite game night.
I can hear my mom without her answering. I was like, hey mom, I think I just found like an Apple glitch. She didn't really believe that I found a glitch in like the world's like biggest phone company.
Grant and his mom Michelle recording this video of what they say is his phone gaining access to audio from his friends' phones, even though the FaceTime requests weren't even picked up yet.
Her phone has not answered, but yet I can hear her.
On January 21st, Michelle tweeting about her efforts to contact Apple to warn them of the glitch. She says she never heard back from the company.
Well, I think we've done our part. I reached out to them many different avenues. I would love to talk with them further. I still like Apple. We all have Apple products.
Apple hasn't commented on Grant's story, but they did release this statement reading, "We're aware of this issue and we have identified a fix that will be released in a software update later this week."
Pretty weird that, I mean, like a 14-year-old kid found this glitch and not like some tech-savvy dude who tries to find Apple glitches all day.
Yeah, we have certainly seen these videos before, but to me, it never gets old. It's amazing. Got hot water here turning into snow just like that, right? This is how cold it is right now in Wisconsin. You got this dad showing his son the trick. We've been telling you about the bitter cold temperatures taking over the Midwest. Certainly not something to mess around with for sure.
Yeah, not even our valley's coldest day could even compare to that. Believe it or not, 40 years ago today, Las Vegas saw, one of our biggest snowstorms. Take a look at these pictures from the UNLV Library's Special Collections and Archives, as well as Vintage Vegas. Clark County tweeted them out today, and according to the U.S. National Weather Service, on January 30th, 1979, Las Vegas saw snow for 24 hours straight. Nearly 9 inches were reported at McCarran International Airport, closing it down. UNLV and Clark County also canceled classes.
Yeah, skiing in front of the old Stardust.
Yeah, I know. How about that?
Much different picture today, Dan.
Yeah, you know, gorgeous today.
Really beautiful.
Temperatures in the 60s, we'll take it.
Yeah.
High temperatures, above the average again by a few degrees. So we did top out at 63 at the airport. Hey, we got 50s in Summerlin, 61s in Centennial Hills today. Really not a bad day by any means. And as we move into your weekend, temperatures aren't going to change a whole lot. Sitting at 61 right now, 53 in Summerlin, sitting at 53 also Southern Highlands. So really not too bad. Nothing to complain about, that's for sure, across Las Vegas. A little bit of rain moving on to San Francisco right now. That's our next weather system that's going to move to our south, sadly. So tomorrow, not a great chance of picking up rainfall, but about a 10% chance of some light showers for Las Vegas, about a 20% chance of light flurries up in the mountain. But then Saturday, just give it a few days, and the rain is moving in. A big storm is going to move onshore. Look at the rain. California, back to Arizona, all the way up to Montana, seeing heavy rain and snow. So a pretty big storm is going to move in, and it looks like Saturday is going to be wet from the time you wake up, possibly all the way to the time you go to sleep. So any outdoor plans definitely need to be rescheduled. You're thinking about getting a car wash, I would hold off on that. I know today was nice. Next week, probably going to look a little bit nicer. As we go into Monday, another storm could roll in, and that could give us more rain and more mountain snow. That storm is definitely going to pick up the winds, it looks like. All right, so snowfall potential pretty high. Look at the colors over the mountains. We're talking easily 2 to 3 feet of snow possible in those higher peaks of Mount Charleston. But the town of Mount Charleston, by Monday, Tuesday, we're talking maybe up to a foot of snow. Same with the Sheep Range, so pretty good. Snow levels down at their lowest, 6,000 feet, so the valley is completely safe of that snow. We have winter storm watches in effect because of that heavy snow for those higher peaks around Las Vegas. Well, tonight, 46 degrees for Las Vegas, 39 in Pahrump, 51 in Laughlin. Pretty close to the normal, a little bit warmer than average. Tomorrow's highs, we're talking lower 60s, so not a bad day by any means. Some clouds, but we will see some sun as well. Looking ahead to the weekend, there's the clouds, the rain, the wind, all on Saturday, which is Groundhog's Day. Going to Sunday, it's a little bit more sunshine, winds stay high. Breezy to windy on Monday as temperatures drop back next week. We'll be back soon.
And coming up later in tonight's ABC primetime lineup, it begins at 8 o'clock with the Goldbergs, 8:30 Schooled, at 9 o'clock Modern Family, at 9:30 Single Parents, at 10 o'clock tonight Match Game. Then on 13 Action News live at 11, shocking video, a man caught on camera punching 2 women. What witnesses say set him off. And start packing your bags. An airline is now offering free flights for kids. We'll have all the details tonight.
A California couple got a double dose of good news after surviving the campfire. During the evacuations last year, the couple had to leave behind their 5 llamas. Well, when they returned, they found all their animals. They were alive and safe. They also discovered that one of them was pregnant. Well, she gave birth last month to a baby. The couple naming that baby Phoenix Hope. Well, now her owners say the baby llama will be used as a therapy animal.
Decided that since she connects with people so well, what a wonderful thing it would be for her to become a therapy llama.
Yeah, perhaps something good coming out of that awful tragedy. Well, Aldridge says that caring for the llamas certainly has been a form of therapy for him and his wife as well as they recover from those fires.
That llama close-up pictures will
Cute.
melt your heart.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely cute. All right, well, that does it for us tonight. But remember, we are always on at KTNV.com, our mobile app, Roku channel, and the latest version of Apple TV.
Inside Edition is next. See you back here tonight at 11.